Coming up right now, we're taking you inside the mouth of a shark. It's a feeding frenzy caught on camera.
Also coming up, oh dear, the skier has a too close for comfort call with wildlife at an Oklahoma ski resort.
All right, a little bit later on, talk about a good find, an iconic wedding dress from Sex and the City found at the craziest place.
You'll never believe the price either. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English. Kids, this is Daily Flash.
Yes, it is.
Everybody's been talking about it. You're like, the first time you're watching, yep, this is it. You found the right place. We got Sweet Baby, who's, what are you doing? You're on TikTok right now?
I am checking our socials, and guess what? Our numbers are going up, so I'm very excited.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Thank you,
excellent.
lady.
Good job on that there,
Good
Jamie.
work, James.
And
Yes.
right there to my right is Matt Doolittle.
Matt.
And helping with that, if you go to our YouTube page now, I've got a newly sort of reformatted, relaunched preview review, and you can check out the new animatronics that are going to be at Universal's Epic Universe, the dark universe area of it that they're launching for the Frankenstein ride. It's absolutely amazing. They're doing team member previews right now, and the notes coming out of there are insane.
So have you been able to do the team member preview yet?
I'm trying to sneak my way in.
all right.
I've got my old ID
He's
sitting
not a
around
team
somewhere.
player, that's why.
He's not a team player.
What they're doing traffic-wise for Orlando is amazing for this new
Oh,
Epic
really?
Universe. Have you heard about the two-level bus system
No.
that's not going to stop?
No.
Because that's a huge problem in Orlando.
Yes,
And
the
basically
traffic.
going from one park to another, they have
Insane.
their own, I think it's going to be a raised thing with the buses. Am I right?
Is that
Matt's the
so?
expert.
Well, they were gonna work on they were gonna try to do a monorail system. That wasn't gonna work. They were gonna try to do a gondola system. That wasn't gonna work. So this is the best way to do it with the most amount of people because of the two giant garages they have at the old area, or whether that I mean the resort area over to this new area. It's quite a bit of ways away. It's not
Yeah.
walkable.
It is. It's not walkable.
Could you imagine a gondola ride over I-4?
No.
That's all we would
Yeah,
do.
right?
Getting
What,
stuck.
what could possibly go wrong?
Getting stuck in August and then you just become a target practice? No thanks.
That's the target practice,
No.
exactly.
Did you watch the Oscars recently?
I was traveling, so I was
You
unable
didn't.
to do it.
Well, they also streamed part of the show. I should say they streamed the show on Hulu.
Tried
but
to.
apparently there were so many problems, so glitchy, it ended up not even airing the last two categories.
Which is the one you wait for.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
best
gosh.
actress and best picture.
This event
categories.
has ended.
Yeah, this event has ended.
That's
so,
what it said. And, you know,
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
find those details on that, also it having huge problems when they had the Mike Tyson fight. And
Yeah.
Netflix, of course.
That was Netflix, yeah.
Yep.
But even still, they are getting too excited. I think they're not capable
Yeah.
of getting, because it seems like it should be just a stream to Hulu and then send it to us.
You'd think, but when you have so many people logging
That's
on to
it,
watch
yeah.
something live, it's a whole different experience. So get this, Netflix is putting their hat in the ring to purchase the airing broadcast rights of the Oscars.
That is huge.
Yes.
wow.
Apparently, ABC talks have fallen through. The Academy wants more than $100 million for this next contract. Yes. So ABC is saying, I think that is a little bit out of our price range. And as far as award shows go, they're not as, I don't think they're as spectacular anymore because you can get your entertainment or your music news from so many other places.
And you know, award shows really popped up back in the 90s and then even accelerated even more with the reality shows because it's very cheap to produce.
Yes.
People show up. They don't have to pay anybody to be there. It's just all about production, which surprises me even more.
Yeah.
$100 million. Wow. And I can see Netflix doing it. Besides, they win so many.
And I'll quote this from the article. The
Okay.
current deal, which is valued at over $100 million per year, is one Disney is hesitant to increase while the Academy is pushing for a significant raise. Now, Disney owns ABC, so they air the Oscars. They say other channels in the mix could be NBC Universal because they've got the NBC Peacock streaming app, so there could be something there. It's a matter of who's going to pay for it.
And that's what it all comes down
Yeah.
to. That's what money is. And people forget that when they make movies, it's not. We all think, oh, it's art.
Yeah.
No, it's a business. I mean, like
Yes.
they know. I mean, and people forget that sometimes.
It's interesting you say that because Amazon is also in this mix, right? Of course. Amazon has done more theater-friendly movies. They'll launch them in the theaters and then
noticed
they'll
that.
bring them to streaming. Netflix launches their movies on
noticed
Netflix.
that.
So there's a bit of a disconnect between the two, and the Academy isn't crazy about Netflix not pushing their movies to theaters.
Which is movies because it's the Oscars.
Yeah.
We'll take questions. Yes,
There you
James.
go. 18.1 million people watched the Oscars this year.
Okay, is that higher or lower than last
That's
year?
They said it's higher.
It's
Okay.
higher?
By
Okay.
how much?
I don't know by how much, but it was
Eight-
higher. They said it changed for the better.
But it's
Oh,
isn't it
okay.
interesting when we
18.1.
hear 18 million, we don't think that's
As
many.
much, yeah.
That's interesting
Right.
about that. Well, it's going to be wait and see. You might
Yeah.
be paying to watch the Oscars.
Well, they already have the Screen Actors Guild Awards, and I believe they have the Critics' Choice Awards on Netflix or another award show.
I gotta hold on, make sure we're correct. It dropped from last year.
So
I'm
it did
sorry.
drop.
It did drop.
Yep,
Okay.
8%.
So I wonder too. You know how the Screen Actors Guild Awards is really loose, you
Yes.
know, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Yes.
So now this on Netflix, kind of like Stern going to satellite. If it will be a little
Yes.
bit more loose, and people will
Can
say
cuss and-
and cuss and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
WWE went over there with Monday Night Raw, and they've gotten a lot looser with their stuff, and they've gone back to more of the bloody content and the stuff they got away when they were on USA.
And I'm all about I think that takes away. I think, believe it or not, it's like a little kid. Kids want rules.
Yes.
And see how you can go to the edge.
When Howard first went over to Sirius Satellite Radio, they were swearing like a storm, and about 4 months in, he's like, all right, we gotta, just when it's necessary.
Yeah. They
Not
were
every
doing
other
it-
word needs to be,
Just because they could.
Because everybody's limit is different when it comes to that. But I think it gets old after a while. Really
The creativity's gone
Yeah.
because you don't have any rules, and rules are
that's
what
true.
really cause the creativity to get out. Let's move on. If you ever wondered what it would be like to be eaten by a shark, you've got problems. But we have an inside look. A group of divers who were actually feeding sharks in the Bahamas found out firsthand, all thanks to a video camera. As one of the divers opened a crate, look at this, your screen right now, opened up a crate of fish food to toss to the predators. One of the sharks took the body camera too.
Wow.
Device recorded, just kept on going as the fish attempted to swallow the recording device. The clip gives us an inside look of the razor sharp teeth. Shark eventually spits it back. Wasn't that good. Tiger sharks actually can grow up to be 18 feet long, and that is an amazing shot. That's something that you don't really normally necessarily get to see all the time, but it just takes incidents like that.
My gosh.
Very cool.
A member of an Oklahoma ski patrol had a near miss with a deer that nearly ran him over. A video shows Kyle Bailey going down a slope known as the Face at the Red River Ski Resort. Person can be heard yelling as a deer dashes across the slope and nearly collides with the skier. Kyle narrowly misses the deer and says he is grateful to walk away from the experience. Okay, here he comes.
Here we go. It's down. It's about halfway up the screen is where you can
Okay.
see it come out there. I got to be honest. I lived in Oklahoma for 5 years. My kids still live there.
Yeah.
I had no idea they had ski resorts.
Okay,
there.
thank you, because I was writing this story. I'm like, this is in Oklahoma?
And when we think Oklahoma, we think flat,
Flat.
right? But no, I mean, I've gone some camping in the mid portion of the state. A little further west you go, it gets a little bit more mountainous. But yeah, you'll see it come right out of there. But
Okay.
hey, keep in mind, we encroached on their area.
That is true.
Deers take out more people than anything. When I worked in Detroit doing traffic radio, it would just start hitting deer hit somewhere through the.
Venison.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. Those
All right,
things.
fans of the hit HBO sitcom Sex and the City were shocked to discover an iconic wedding dress featured in the show was found at a Goodwill for just $19.
Wow.
Ashley Cano was shopping at the Chicago thrift store when she found the dress. It was like the same one worn by Sarah Jessica Parker's character in the movie. The Vera Wang designer gown had a price tag attached for just $18.99. The original retail price for this gown was around $7,500, with some being resold for around $3,000. In the movie, Bradshaw wore the designer dress for a Vogue photo shoot prior to being left at the altar.
In the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a gorgeous dress. And you
Beautiful.
can find them there. Here's the thing, you spend so much money on something you wear
Wear
generally
once.
one time, and you think, well, I'll pass this down to my daughter. No, you won't.
No, you won't. And by the time your daughter gets around to getting married, the last thing she wants to do is wear your wedding
Wear your
dress.
dress. And then the second thing is with the amount of divorces.
Yeah.
you
Why
can't wear
would-
the same dress for another wedding,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So I don't know why. I do know like they have these wedding dress shops that will have these once a year deals where it's like come in and like $20 or whatever. You just have to get to it.
Yeah.
They clean out the
turns into a madhouse.
Violence.
violence.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah, filings.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of it
Basement.
scoped them out for months once.
Oh,
They knew
yeah.
exactly where the dress era, but
I don't know why they don't rent these, because like that makes
Exactly.
sense to me, because why would you spend $7,500 on a dress you will only wear once, and on a dress in the movie where she gets left at the altar? Call me crazy, but that's bad luck, I would think. I would be like,
Our anniversary's coming. Our 1 year anniversary's coming up, and I don't think that thing has moved in a year.
Right.
Exactly.
And the only thing I could tell you about marriage traditions, you know how you're supposed to keep the top of the cake?
Yeah.
About 6 months in of our marriage, I came home and Enzo, my stepson, and his friends were all eating it. And I'm like, all right, well, there you go. I guess it's getting married. He goes, it's pretty good. It's just, it's cold and nasty a little bit. But we have more Flash coming up after this. Hey, that red carpet means it's time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. Streaming on Peacock is the crime thriller The Hunting Party. It stars Melissa Roxburgh.
They escaped from a classified prison.
How many?
A lot. We have to get them all back before they kill anyone else.
We're dealing with highly intelligent, malignant narcissists.
Who are volatile and unpredictable.
The longer they're out there, the more dangerous they're going to become.
The Hunting Party follows a small team of investigators who are assembled to track down and capture the most dangerous killers ever seen, all of whom have just escaped from a top-secret prison that's not supposed to exist. I chatted with series star Melissa Roxburgh.
As people discover The Hunting Party, what do you think they'll take away with them from watching it?
Don't go into dark alleys alone. I think they'll take away, I mean, at the very least, I hope people are entertained. I hope people go on the roller coaster with us. I hope they ride the ups and downs and the twists and turns of each episode. And I hope that they turn off the TV at night going, uh-oh, I'm a little scared to sleep. Or like, I can't wait to watch the next one. Yeah, I just hope people get excited about it the way we did.
The Hunting Party isn't a new concept, but the series does a good job in reworking a tired and formulaic idea. I'm hoping the writing stays crisp and the characters are paid attention to in the writer's room. Again, The Hunting Party is streaming on Peacock and gets a B. It's rated TV-14. Streaming on Prime is the action thriller Into the Deep.
Mayday, I've got divers in trouble 50 miles due west.
Would you look at the size of that thing?
How y'all doing today?
Proceed with caution and reported pirate activity in the north near the channels.
Looks like we got 80 kilos down there just waiting for us.
Let's go get them. You won't say anything. Wish I could believe that, Chief.
No! There is a shark out there, and it is hunting.
Who do you propose go down there and settle my guys?
I've studied them my whole life. I'm the best chance that you got.
That's one brave girl you got there.
Modern-day pirates on the hunt for sunken drugs kidnap a boat of tourists and force them to dive into shark-infested waters to retrieve the contraband.
If I ever encounter a shark, I know exactly what to do. Stay calm. It's kind of like a bear, right? Like you make yourself big, and then you go for their nose. And literally, I mean, I do it in the film, you know, sorry to give too much away, but like, that is exactly what you do to like sort of get them to like veer off. And
I would think you would push an extra right in front of them. And then swim fast.
Like, hi. Yeah.
I don't think the union would support any of that. But
no, they wouldn't.
Into the Deep is an old-fashioned thriller with plenty of twists and turns to keep you on the edge of your seat. And adding Richard Dreyfuss into the mix makes the film even more watchable. Again, it's streaming on Prime Video and gets a B. It's rated R. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
A 10-foot White House in Jacksonville, Florida is making some headlines. The home is built on a sliver of land, and neighbors say it was done out of spite. The developer refused to sell the awkwardly sized lot to his neighbors, so he built a tiny house just to prove something could fit in the space, and this is what he ended up with.
Nice.
This is quite remarkable when you take a look at it. It looks like it's kind of one of those long, thin railcar homes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he was able to build it. It looks beautiful, and he was going to sell it, but I think he's since decided to keep it. It's 19 feet tall, and it does cast a shadow over his neighbors along with the construction. So there you go. There you have it.
You know, it's neat. I had lived in it. I still have it. We rented out, but it's a tiny home. And, you know, you think you can't live like this. This obviously much bigger. This is gorgeous, actually.
Yeah.
And it goes to show you where we're at in architecture, where we can go up. I mean, he probably has just enough room for that he would have just a normal size house and a great lot.
Right.
And Roy Rogers said, you buy land because they're not making it anymore.
That is true. That's a great point.
Keep that in mind. Hey, we found the perfect gift for the billionaire who has, well, everything. How about a luxury doomsday bunker? It's complete with a medical suite, a swimming pool, even fine dining restaurants inside it. It's high-end, it's underground, it's a fortress, and it's set to open up in 2026 and be a safe haven in the event of some life-changing disaster. It's going to provide a 5-star experience to the lucky few who are willing to pay, ready? $20 million just for a membership. Now, the bunker, which has been named Airy, will actually be a part of a network of underground safe houses that cater to the top 1%. They claim that it's going to provide a sanctuary for those who can afford it no matter the disaster. It's also going to offer an AI-powered medical care, wellness programs, and a promise to blend protection as well as luxury. The first of 50 luxury bunkers in all 50 states are going to start in Virginia. I think Bezos, too, has built his very own. And it's Bill Gates who's buying property everywhere, and it's freaking everybody out.
A little bit, yeah.
And now you see these bunkers popping up. Like, what's happening?
Right.
I think that threat's always been there, but even still, it's a little scarier when the billionaires are finding stuff like this and beyond. But that's
I guess my
wild.
question is, I know this was popular during the 1950s when there was the threat of nuclear war and people were building those underground bunkers. Is this just kind of a trend that's sort of seeing itself repeat once again? And to me, when somebody's selling me a bunker underneath the ground for $20 million, I'm suspect because I'm thinking, when am I ever going to use this thing?
That's actually right. Yeah. When would you?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like a timeshare that you could go see it every once in a while. So think about that. And I think that with what's happening, you know, the tensions between us and Russia, I think this is, which is probably the same sentiment that we had back then, that we're at now. I remember in the 80s, the Cold War was going on, and you know, you never knew. We got some real talk, fact or fiction coming up. We're talking about the movie Saturday Night.
I like the Real Talk over.
Real Talk music.
I like
Sing
it.
along with it. Welcome back, everybody, to Daily Flash. It's time for some Real Talk, fact or fiction. We're going to take a closer look at Saturday Night.
Okay, let's see if we can get through one of these skits.
Sketches. Davey, please.
Okay, you ready, camera one?
Oh! Can we go again?
The actors on their marks.
My name is Lauren Michaels. I'm the producer and creator of Saturday Night. We're excited because there's never been a television show like this.
Okay, but what kind of show is it, Lauren? Do you even know what the show is?
Did anyone ask Edison what a light bulb was before he harnessed electricity?
Who are you in the metaphor?
Saturday Night is based on a true story of what took place in the hours leading up to the first ever episode of Saturday Night Live. It reveals the chaotic scramble of actors, writers, and network executives. A young producer named Lauren Michaels is trying to put something on the air that no one has ever seen before in late night. The date is October 11th, 1975, as the clock ticks toward 11:30 p.m. and a rerun of The Tonight Show is loaded and ready to go. I love the way this is shot. I love the long form and the quick and the fast. And Jason Reitman, co-wrote and director, son of a legendary director, Ivan Reitman. Yeah.
And he's hung around when they were doing all this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Grew up with it, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So what's fact and what's fiction in Saturday Night? Well, Business Insider describes Jason Reitman's movie as somewhat true. Here's what the movie does get right. John Belushi's last-minute contract dispute.
You know, the NBC Liability Act forbids you from ice skating.
I found John.
Oh, excellent work, Hilda.
Good thing I didn't sign my contract.
What's the deal, John? You on the show or not?
The one where I get to dress up like a giant grotesque bee? I don't know, let me ask my childhood dreams.
So according to director Jason Reitman, Belushi was known more for his stage work in comedy, and he was struggling with the idea of performing for a TV audience. Manager Bernie Brillstein recalls Belushi signing the contract 5 minutes before showtime. Wow. Brillstein was Lorne Michaels' manager at the time, and Belushi agreed to sign as long as Bernie agreed to represent him too. Researchers for the show say the original cast members were offered identical 5-year contracts for about $25,000 during their first season.
That's pretty smart on his act. Him got a good representative to that and got a good deal.
Yeah.
All right, director Jason Reitman describes this movie as a thriller comedy, and an ongoing llama joke and a near lighting disaster fit this description. However, neither are true.
Hey, Lauren, I'm getting calls from upstairs. You ordered a llama?
A llama? Yeah, we all decided it was much funnier than a donkey.
Right. Just the guys down at the loading dock were expecting, livestock.
Well, NBC did ask for something fresh and unexpected.
That is true. That's true. They also weren't expecting you to demand an overhaul in the entire lighting and sound package.
Right. You are so fluffy. Hey, come on, Andy.
All right, well, early on in the movie, a llama arrives at the studio. Historians say this is actually kind of a nod to a long-running gag that's on the show. Whenever the camera goes backstage, you've seen this, there's usually a llama, a showgirl, or someone dressed like Abe Lincoln wandering the hallway for no apparent reason. As far as the lighting rig goes, director says, that the actors were not in the middle of the scene when the lights actually fell, but there was a different equipment disaster. The camera crane used for the shows lost its brakes and it plowed right through the set. However, the sofa really did catch on fire during the premiere night and was replaced from one that was in the writer's room.
That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know the llama thing. I didn't realize that.
If you always go out there, they have like random stuff.
Yes.
I know what they talk about, but I wouldn't have caught that.
Yeah.
Every time they come back, I always wondered if there was a story there, but I guess it's just a gag.
In the movie, Johnny Carson and The Tonight Show play a major role in the development of Saturday Night Live.
And now, weekend update.
Good evening. Gentlemen, how long have you been standing there?
Long enough. They want you to fail. They're betting on it.
That's logical, Dick. That's why they're paying us all to be here.
NBC makes more money playing reruns of The Tonight Show. I mean, Lauren, 90 minutes of live television by a group of 20-year-olds who have never made anything.
Okay, so this is a bit.
Fact here, network execs were in a contract dispute with Tonight Show host Johnny Carson. Carson wanted to do his show 3 nights a week with reruns airing 2 nights a week instead of on the weekend. So NBC decided to create its own programming with a new variety show. Saturday Night suggests there was a great deal of animosity from Carson toward Lorne Michaels, but in reality, the two met weeks prior to the show's debut and agreed not to book guests during the same time. Carson was asked to guest host, but he never did. Carson was never hostile, as the movie suggests. However, he was skeptical of the show's success.
Which you can imagine. Anything new, you got to be skeptical about.
And the thing I found out about it was there was no original script left out there except Billy Crystal. It was at his house, and Jason went over there, and Billy's like, "Hey, I have this for you." And it's ironic because he wasn't on the show. He was there, but he got cut.
Well, he was supposed to be on, but it wasn't on there.
Didn't he get cut because the skit was too long, or the
Something
sketch
along
was
those
too
lines.
long?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, this past weekend, it's 50 years.
50 years
Yeah.
anniversary.
That's
It's
incredible
amazing.
if you think about that. And then Howard Cosell had an ABC show that prior season, before Saturday Night Live came on, called Saturday Night.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a live show. It was very similar, but nothing like it. It was more like a Ed Sullivan kind of show.
Variety show, yeah.
We got more Flash coming up right after this. Stick around.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
Glad to have you here. Some of the trending stories going around. You know what the biggest problem is now at the border outside of illegal immigrants coming across? What they're stopping? Guess what people are bringing into the United States right now?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Good call.
Spiders.
No. Eggs.
Eggs.
They're having a huge problem. People smuggling eggs in because of this problem. Already up about 29% more incidents of people bringing in eggs.
So what are they selling you eggs at your car window when you're crossing the border?
I think, they're just bringing them in and then selling them.
Then selling them, gotcha, door to door.
You know, Mexican
markets
eggs.
yeah. Who knows what's in them?
Right.
Who knows what those chickens have been eating?
$10,000 fine if they do that. Of course, the avian flu outbreaks have domesticated eggs around here. So people are like, where do you get them? If you're Mexico's like, well, if there's a need, let's do it. So be on the lookout on that. Get your American eggs, okay?
Come with a little flag on the top so you know that they're American.
Eggs.
If you've ever wondered what it would be like to be eaten by a shark, well, here is your inside look, ladies and gentlemen. A group of divers who were feeding sharks in the Bahamas, which I didn't think you were supposed to do.
No, I don't think you are.
Found out firsthand thanks to their video cameras. One of the divers opened a crate of fish food to toss to the predators. One of the sharks took his body camera along with it. The device kept recording as the fish attempted to swallow it. The clip gives us an inside look at their razor sharp teeth. The shark eventually spits the camera back out. And tiger sharks, we understand, can grow up to 18 feet long.
Hey, let's keep this video rolling because, like, you know, whenever they do like endoscopy or they put a camera down our throats as humans, they're disgusting.
Disgusting.
But in a shark's mouth, it's like
Nice and
and white
Yeah.
and clean.
And
Maybe we can learn. And they have good teeth.
Yeah.
And whenever they do our endoscopies, you can't even tell what's going on the screen. With that thing, it was crystal clear.
Yes.
We'll just stick a GoPro down me.
That's all you need to do. But look how clean it is.
You didn't see his finger almost get bit too
Well,
with the
especially with
bot.
tiger sharks.
I'm
You're a
sorry,
dum-dum
yeah.
anyway.
I have no issue with
It's
that.
like one of the
Me
3
neither.
sharks you don't swim with.
It's much like how we are in Florida about feeding the gators. They
Gators,
say
yeah.
it's against the law, number one,
do
and number
it.
two, it's not a good idea because
Yeah.
then they think, well, these people give me food.
Yes, exactly. So I think, you know, he's got that crystal clear, white, bright interior because what is he only feeding on fish?
Fish,
You know, and salt water.
Yeah, you're
so,
right.
like, it's clean.
Salt water must be the key to it
Yeah.
all. I like that. A member of an Oklahoma ski patrol had a near miss with a deer that nearly ran him over. Video shows Kyle Bailey going down a slope. It's known as the Face at the Red River Ski Resort. And a person can be heard yelling as a deer dashes all across the slope and nearly collides with the skier. Kyle narrowly missed the deer. He says he's very grateful to walk away from the experience. And as always, there's cameras everywhere. And that's what happened there. I have gone skiing twice. Now ask me, how many times have I gotten hurt skiing?
How many times have you gotten hurt?
Twice.
3 times. one extra one on the way out.
So twice. So, and it was right before I was broadcasting, and I was up on the mountain, and luckily I had a phone. I said, "Hey, I'm stuck on the mountain, and I'm hurt. I've hurt my knee." And they go, "All right, we'll come and get you." And they brought me down, and I literally, after they took care of me, I hobbled on and I did my weather report. Second time, almost in the exact same place. I like I'm gonna face I took some lessons, everything, same exact place. I'm not supposed to ski.
Nope.
There's no breaks
You will
on
never
No.
see me on skis, snowboard, nothing.
Have you ever tried? Oh, well, I was going to say, have you ever tried to snowboard? But
They say it's a little
my
different and it's easy. Is
talk
it harder?
about getting hurt.
Is it
Oh
har- is it-
my
okay.
gosh! I think I wiped out so many times before I finally got it. But when you land and you hit your, it is painful.
And people, what I was not aware of is first off, you wear 10 layers of clothing.
Yes.
Second off, you are doing exercise. I mean, you were sweating, and then you're on the mountain with all this white coming out. And so I was burnt, like sweating all the time. So it's not fun to me
and
at
then
all.
your feet are crammed in boots that are stuck in
That was another
bindings
thing.
on skis.
It hurts.
And it's the best part of skiing is the lodge.
It's
The
all bad
best.
stuff except for the lodge.
Get me to the
The
bar.
lodge is the best part.
I can water ski. I'm pretty good at water
Water
skiing,
ski, yeah.
but they say it's completely different. It has
Totally
nothing-
different.
It is.
Yeah, totally
Well,
different.
I don't know.
And there was an Oklahoma ski group at a New Mexico ski resort.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we said Oklahoma Ski Patrol. Hey, we got more of today's trends, tomorrow's talk. You're watching Daily Flash.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. A recent study shows 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And our next guest says you need to change the way you think about money. She's known as the single millionaire chick. Please welcome Hannah Kessler to Daily Flash. Hannah, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming in.
I'm so excited to be here, and honestly, even more excited to talk about my favorite topic, money.
Money. Okay. Is it easier said than done, though, when it comes to changing the way we think about money?
Yeah. Well, what we first got to do, change the mindset around money.
Okay.
It all begins with how you think. Are you coming from a place of poverty mindset, scarcity, or are you acting and behaving out of abundance? Because how you think about your money is going to greatly impact how much money that you have.
Okay. We understand you started your own bank at the age of 18, and by 24 you became a millionaire.
That's right.
How can people follow in your footsteps? And what's it like? How did you come up with the idea to start a bank?
Yes. Now, first, it all begins with my father. I'm really second generation to this concept that's called the infinite banking concept. And that's what I talk about on my podcast show, the Money Multiplier Podcast. But it all does just first start with how you think about your money. Because when you start to master the mindset, now the discipline and the habits are just going to naturally follow. And now you got the different options of what you can do with the money, and the opportunities are going to start to present themselves in their life.
Okay.
But it begins now. You got to take the action. It starts now, because time is the only resource that we don't get back.
This is
And
true.
do you want to see yourself in the same position you are today, 10, 20, 30 years down the road? I don't. I want to keep progressing and evolving.
Okay, but how did you come up with the idea to start a bank? Was it your dad's idea? Like, it's not every day that somebody says, oh, I think I'll just start a bank.
Yes, and it's not the traditional bank that you're thinking of.
Okay.
It's your own privatized banking system. And it's all pioneered by a gentleman. His name is R. Nelson Nash. Now, he was my father's mentor. He passed away in 2017, but he is the author of this black book, Becoming Your Own Banker. And that's where it all stems from.
Okay. Let's talk about money. How do you see money? Because you clearly have the right mindset, and your thinking is maybe a lot different than most people who are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yep. Here, I'll show you this.
Okay.
So people go to work.
Yep.
And they get paid with this. And people think that this is money. And in my opinion, it's a piece of paper.
Okay.
It's worthless. It's currency. And what we need to do, and what the wealthy do, is they exchange this for something of value. Your dollars are your little green men. And the objective is go put your little green men to work for you. Create an army of green men that are out there working, so then you can take the time freedom back, the location freedom back. So hey, if on a Wednesday afternoon I want to go sit my butt on a boat, I can do so.
Because you're really investing in yourself and in your future, where so many people don't think about it that way. They just think about, I got to cover the bills right now.
Right now. I call it the drive-through mentality, or the microwave mentality. People want things right now, but wealth is built. People think that, hey, I can get rich quick. Getting rich quick never works. It's the wealth that you got to build.
The shortcut is always the longest path.
That's right.
So I've heard. One piece of advice for anyone at home thinking, I don't have a lot of money to invest, what would you do?
Yes, I would first start by looking at what you're doing right now, because just the simplicity of people budgeting, and I don't love the word budgeting.
Hate the word budget.
But you need to understand what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, you don't know what to do. So look and track your stats on a monthly basis, your income and your expenses. And I always say it doesn't matter how much you make, it only matters how much you keep.
There you go. Hannah, good to see you. Some great insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where can viewers go for more information?
Yes, you can go to my website, hannahkessler.com. Hannah spelled the same ways forwards and backwards, Kessler with one S, and then also my podcast show.
Very good. Hannah Kessler, thank you so much. We're back right after this.
You know, there is one famous treat that is actually supporting firefighters. Check this out.
Nutella continues to support firehouses throughout the U.S. through their Stacks for Giving Back program.
I love Nutella, and it's perfect on pancakes, like my cinnamon cloud pancakes. Spread on some Nutella and top with raspberries. You can support your local fire department by nominating them for the chance to receive a Nutella pancake breakfast kit to help their next pancake breakfast fundraising effort.
Visit NutellaStacksForGivingBack.com to learn more.
It's National Nutrition Month, and we have some delicious ways to increase healthy habits. Here's more from our friends at Smoothie King.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Yes, I am here today in Smoothie King headquarters, and I am so excited to be here because they are really trying to inspire people to live healthy and active lifestyles. And the way they're doing this is by offering a one-stop shop for all of your smoothie needs. So whether you are looking for high protein, keto, vegan, immune boosting, Smoothie King has something for you, no matter where you are in your lifestyles. Smoothie King has got you covered because they are really trying to help you make better nutritional choices, no matter where you go, what time of the day. And they're really trying to help make it easy for you to fit nutrition seamlessly into your lifestyle. And one of the cool ways that they're doing this is they are the only smoothie brand that has a list of more than 75 ingredients they will never add to your smoothies. And what they're offering instead are nutrient-packed, clean, purposeful ingredients like whole fruits, almonds, and just, protein-packed smoothies. So drop by Smoothie King this month. New Healthy Rewards members will get $3 off their entire purchase. I also want to mention that we have partnered with California Almonds, which, as you already know, almonds are awesome. They are filled with essential nutrients like protein and fiber. Eating 2 ounces of almonds per day, which is 46 nuts, may potentially reduce muscle soreness after a workout. So that's a great benefit. So definitely drop by smoothieking.com for more information and to find the location nearest you.
We have found a new place in Texas that's all about family fun. Check this out.
Excitement is building in North Richland Hills, Texas. The Peppa Pig theme park officially opens March 1st.
We're thrilled to open a theme park built exclusively for children 6 and under, inspired by the beloved Peppa Pig TV series. Families will enjoy 5 gentle rides, delicious food options designed for little ones, and even meet and greets with Peppa herself. The park is a certified autism center, ensuring an awesome first theme park experience for everyone.
Visit PeppaPigThemePark.com for tickets and special offers.
So as the world marked International Women's Day this past weekend, there's no better way to celebrate trailblazing women than Dr. Kathy Sullivan, a pioneering astronaut, oceanographer, and STEM policy advisor. Sullivan has made history as the first woman to walk in space in 1984. Welcome, Doctor.
Thanks, Matt. Good to be with you.
So can you tell us how you got started as an astronaut?
I think I would trace that back to my very early days, inspired by the sort of adventurous and inquisitive life, that I saw Jacques Cousteau living, the early astronauts living. And even at that very young age, I knew I somehow wanted my life to be like that. How I made my way eventually to oceanography in the astronaut corps was really a classic journey of exploration. I didn't have a roadmap. There were not really great career maps for young girls in those fields at this time. So I just kind of found my way forward through my schooling and then eventually into college and grad school. NASA came along and opened the door for women to apply at just the right time for me, because I was just finishing my doctoral degree. So I was either going to carry on being an oceanographer, diving into the deep sea, or I was going to go fly off in a spaceship. And I'm delighted that I ended up on the spaceship side of things.
So from the deep blue sea to the high frontier. Perfect. So now I know you work with Deep. What do you do with them?
So I'm on Deep's Strategic Advisory Council, which is a group of experts in diving physiology, medicine, marine biology, and operations like field operations. And we just are a sounding board and a group of counselors for the real world engineering team that's building the human habitats that Deep is going to create that will let people live in the deep sea at depths up to 200 meters for up to a month. And that's what really excites me, the opportunity to extend our capacity and our dwell time in the ocean from minutes or hours that we have today in scuba gear or submersibles up to days and weeks and months. That's just fascinating and bound to be revolutionary.
Well, Doctor, that sounds all amazing. So where can we go for more information?
You can find Deep online at deep.com or Deep Engineering at Deep Engineering. They're on Facebook and other social media sites, and there's a lot of interesting stuff and new events coming along, so worth following.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sullivan. All that is very inspirational. We'll make sure we have this on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Well, it's the new year, keeps rocking and rolling. The focus is usually on improving our physical health, but our brains, well, they need attention too. Here is Dr. Suzanne Solomon. She's got some simple tips to keep our minds and our memory all in shape.
Thank you so much for having me. So for starters, I would say get enough sleep. You want to aim for about 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night. And next, a brain-healthy diet is important. Plenty of fruits such as berries, vegetables, leafy greens, healthy fats like avocado, fish, or nuts, and really limit your processed food, especially sugary drinks, your fast food, processed snacks, all of that. Next up is exercise. I always recommend moving your body because you love yourself, not because you have to. Movement is key. Also, you want to keep your stress at bay. You can manage your stress with meditation, deep breathing, exercise, yoga, any hobbies or activities you have. And I always recommend a good supplement. Neuriva is a favorite of mine. And unlike some supplements such as Prevagen, which said it improved memory, but they couldn't support the claim, Neuriva Plus actually supports up to 6 brain health indicators, including memory when taken regularly. Plus, you can find Neuriva right over the counter. I also recommend cognitive stimulation such as reading, puzzles, learning a language, playing an instrument, or taking a class. Social activities that include conversing with others are important as well. And always remember, do not smoke and limit your alcohol. And that certain medications can also impact your cognition negatively. For more information, please visit Neuriva.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. A former criminal's ordinary life turns upside down when his old family shows up for a long-awaited reunion. This is today's must-watch movie, Riff Raff.
No Slim Jims. Past 2 hours, you've been passing gas like a very sick infant. I gotta breathe all day.
Sorry, Lefty. I had a lot of coffee, okay? Sorry.
And then you use my name? Jesus Christ, Lonnie. You just said my name. You catch our names by any chance?
Yeah, he called you Lefty and you called him Lonnie.
Well, I overreacted.
Okay.
Son, we gotta talk about Lefty. What did you do?
Stop it!
You killed his son.
You're gonna kill us.
What are you doing?
I get horny when I'm scared.
I'm married.
Who cares? It's just us and the wildlife, you know?
This is our son.
We're too young to be grandparents. All because your son couldn't pull out in time. We've got house guests.
I would categorize these as a must kill.
What are we? Family. Oh my God. Can I get you anything? I'd sell my left for an Advil and a cup of coffee.
You said what?
Who was first?
There was this food incident, Rocco, with pubes in my wonton soup. If it's okay, I would just really like to torture him a little bit, if it's okay.
Shouldn't have done that, Rocco. Yeah, knock yourself out.
Oh my God. Are we all gonna die?
You don't have all night.
Wait for me before you two start hitting each other.
You know, once you start killing, it sort of becomes your de facto solution for every problem.
What a cast. My goodness.
No
Jennifer
kidding, right?
Coolidge, Ed Harris, you got Ed Burns.
And you got, it looks like a good movie. Bill Murray right there, you got me. That does it for the show. Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you. Bye-bye.